Yeah, it's that section of the video that you hate. Announcements. Getting ready to do something different. By the end of this week, I'm gonna have my webinar, storage auction webinar, online. Then everyone that signed up for it, that paid for it, and everyone that bought the 3 printed book deal. Let me say that again. If you bought the 3 printed book deal, you will get an invite. Now, my assistant is off today and tomorrow, so you know it may take a little time. So if you don't get on this week, you will get on. So don't email me like, hey, I didn't get my invite. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. So everybody that bought the 3 book deal, printed, gets in. Now, you know, if you want to buy the 3 book deal this week, fine. You know, you'll get in. I'm going to leave that open for another week. Also, there were some people who bought my special webinar and printed book deal. For you, I'm going to give you an hour of consulting just to make up for the difference, because I ain't giving you your money back. I'm keeping your money, but I'm going to give you a little extra cheese to put on your Whopper. So that's the deal. And there's some other stuff that's coming. Just to keep it real clear, everything that's business, motivation, storage auctions is on this channel. And Mr. Glendon Cameron is about to become a freaking riot. It's going to be off the chain, some of the stuff. And it's going to be comedy. It's going to be, you know, just some stuff that recently happened to me and some stuff that not so recently. I'm just going to put that on that channel. But it's going to be real fun. And the political commentary and all that stuff, that's going to go there. But this is about to be really tight. So if you didn't take advantage of the 3 book deal, hey, you still got time. All right, now to the video. Hey, this is Glendon with Making Money with Storage Unit Auctions. The title of this joint, Maps, Planes, and a Case of Ginger Ale. This unit was so peculiar. It was so strange that I didn't buy it on the wow factor. I was just like, I had to get it because it was just so weird. Because the door opened up and right there, and it was a 10 by 10, was just all these cases of ginger ale. And it was a brand that I'd never seen before nor since. And it was just really odd. You know, I saw a globe, I saw some spears, and I'm just like, this is really, really freaky. Now, there was this cat that was there who liked freaky units just like me. So I knew I wasn't going to get it cheap because he was all up on it. His little nose was twitching and everything. He's like, it looks kind of peculiar, doesn't it? I said, bitch, I'm bidding on it too, so let's go. And he's just like, whatever. And someone else started bidding off, and I kind of laid back on this one because it was a 10 by 10, full from the rooter to the tutor, but some very, very interesting artifacts were just all over the place. And it went up quick. This was one of those units, everybody had money. It was just before tax season. The season folks knew that they needed to get inventory now, and that sucker was at $750 like that. And I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. You know, at that point, I was like, I already had the hook in my nose, and I was just like a fish on the line. I'm like, I'm gonna get it. So it went to $750. Then little Wilbur, he jumped in. He jumped it up to $900, and that cleared all the riffraff out. Everyone was like, oh, okay. So you know, it was like 900 once, 900 twice, 1,000. He just looked at me. If looks could kill, I would have been sliced up 80 different ways. And then he went 1,010, and I was like, you doing them little bitch bids, huh? 1,010, what, 1,100? Going once, going twice, sold. And he just walked off, shaking his head. So, lowered the door and everything. And this was an auction trail. This was actually at U-Haul up in Kennesaw. And you know, I was really surprised because a guy by the name of Sam, he wasn't there. He was there, been a real bitch. It may have been $2,000. And, you know, just went on. It was the last property of the day. Went downstairs and paid. Came back and just kind of looked at it. All the ginger ale was expired. But it was just like so freaking neat. You don't understand. Because I moved the ginger ale out and it was expired. So I knew I was just going to toss that in the dumpster. And I started going in and I found all these old trunks, chests, and it's just like, ooh, you know, the type of stuff that women love for decor. It gives you that eccentric, that odd, that special, unique look. The unit was just chock full of that stuff. I mean, I called my partner. I was like, oh, just let you know, You can have some stuff, but you can't keep this unit because you're going to want to keep it. She said, is that good? I was like, it's that good. Old chest, a phonograph, a Schwinn old bicycle. I mean, this was like just really, really nice collectible stuff in very good to excellent condition. There was no trash in there. Old fans, like the old black fans you see in the movies from the 50s. There was just all this stuff in there. And I was just going through it and going through it. And it gets good. It goes from good to gooder to even gooderer. I'm in there getting the stuff out. I'm just like, man, I'm glad I spent the money. Because normally on a 10x10, that would be beyond my bidding parameters for a unit that size. But the unit was so freaking interesting. I couldn't help myself. I was just like, I'm in, you know. I'm all in. You know, my chips on the table. Psh, we're going to do this. And I was so excited because when you get units like this, I don't care how tired you are. I don't care what you just get this energy from like nowhere. So I go get the van. I'm in the van. And I'm loading as much as I can. And my mind is that sucker's going to be empty tonight. Now, Kennesaw was a good 45 minutes from the warehouse, but I didn't care. So I loaded up what I could, tossed the ginger ale, went to the warehouse. My partner was there, put the stuff off the van, and she called up one of the guys, and I said, you know what? Let me just get the big truck and I'm going to go. I got in the truck, went by Buford Highway, got me some of my Latino brothers, got 2 of them. Went back and pulled up to the dock and went back in there. And it's like, you know how you look at the unit sometimes and sometimes it looks better than it really is on the first look. Then you come back and you're like, oh, it wasn't that good. But this unit, it got better looking. It was like that chick you've been messing with for like, you know, months. Then one day she does just a little something. You like look at her with brand new eyes because she's like special. That's how this unit was. And I'm like, okay, it just can't keep getting this good. So pulling out stuff and I opened up one of the trunks. And I got my Mexicans, you know, on the assembly line doing stuff that I know they're not going to damage. Because you have to watch them, you know, because everybody doesn't know how to load. And this is not a slam on Mexican. This is a slam on anybody that doesn't know how to load. When we're moving stuff, I'm just sitting there like, I'm just counting money, counting money, counting money. You know, I'm like, seriously, just off the top of my head, I'm at 4 to 6 grand. Because this stuff is just that nice. And I go into a trunk and I lift it up. And there's all this paper. And I'm like, I'm not mad because the unit is so sweet. I'm like, okay, you know. And I pull out the paper, and what I thought was paper was maps. Old historical maps. If you get some old maps, Lord, Lord, Lord. I mean, the market for that stuff is insane. People will pay. Because I had to take it to a special auction house to get this stuff going. Because when I called up my guy and I told him what it had, he was just like, who, what? You got that? Really? Then that was like, bam, 5 grand for some maps. Yes, 5 grand for some maps. Louisiana Purchase, I mean, this stuff was like old. Some of it had been encased in like laminate because you can't hold this stuff. I mean, no coins, no guns, but I didn't care. I'm going through the unit again, and I'm just finding like old mannequins, stuff that pickers, you know, your picker guys, y'all would have had a Woody on this unit. I'm telling you, y'all would have had a Woody. Because he had like old street signs, old advertising signs, because they were all in the corner and there was like 30 of them. Those bad boys were like, that was another 2 grand right there. I probably could have got more if I sold them in the right place. And it just kept getting better and better and better. But the real stuff did not come until a few days later. Because there was a lot of boxes and stuff. And like I said, you know, at the end of the day, went back to the warehouse, put the stuff off the truck, and you know, we're doing stuff because you know this is a business. This auction, this stuff's coming in. So I really didn't get to those boxes until later. But there were some boxes because the guy worked for Lockheed. He was an engineer for Lockheed. He was one of their top guys, and dude had prototypes. That's right, frickin' prototypes. Due to a non-disclosure agreement I have with, I can't even tell the company because I sold it back to the company because they wanted it. Because there was some stuff that shouldn't have been in that unit. It shouldn't have been in that unit. But let's just say that unit paid my cut damn near half for my BMW. Yeah, that unit, that one unit. And it was just like really, really weird because it wasn't that big, but it was exciting. And it was nice. And there was no trash. And as I go into it, like I said, I knew he was a top guy in Lockheed. There was a lot of history in there about Marietta, you know, the Austell family. There was all kinds of stuff. It was really, really cool and neat. And I got the call. After I got the unit clean, they're like, the family wants to know if you want to sell that unit back. Nope. I said real clear. It's like, nope, 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 nope. Ain't selling it back. I will leave some personals back at the spot up in Kennesaw, but I'm not sitting. Nope, nope, nope. Tell them, hey, sorry, can't help them. No, y'all shouldn't have let that go. Y'all were stupid. Y'all were like crazy. This is like one of the jackpot units that I talk about. There's still stuff, you know, because, you know, on this channel, it ain't always about the super nice stuff. You know, some of the worst units I got are freaking entertaining. Now that I can look back on it, I mean, it's just, you know, it wasn't funny at the time when I was losing money, but now it's all right. But went through the unit, got all this stuff, and just learned so much about Cobb County, Marietta, the battlefields, because this guy was like he could have been an official historian for Cobb County. He had all this stuff. He has state seals and everything. And that's what I like about old folks. They keep this stuff and they keep it in good condition. But those maps, that was the truth. I mean, those, oh my God. And the prototypes, he had like diagrams of rockets and stuff in there. There was a lot of stuff in that unit that shouldn't have been in that unit. A lot of stuff. So I said as much as I can say about that without getting in trouble because I had to sign an agreement. But I got my loot. You don't, man. Oh God. If you picker guys, I swear it was like a picker's freaking treasure trove. Because not only did he have like really nice stuff, but he had that old stuff like, you know, the thing you see with Death. I think, you know, what's that thing called? The Grim Reaper, and he's got this thing that cut. He had two of those. Or like from the 1800s. Old tools, a bunch of horseshoes, just, you know, some spurs and stuff. And the thing is, there was no clothes, there were no appliances. It was just all collectible stuff. One of the best units I've ever bought in my whole time out there. And this is also a lesson about doing your work, because that was a day there was several auction trails going on. And I went with U-Haul because they had the least number of units. This is a tip for you. When you go out on the auction trail and you're doing your due diligence, sometimes going where everyone is not, because there was all the heavy, they weren't there. That's why I got that unit so cheap. They weren't there. So do your homework and understand, even, you know, days that there's several auction trails, that's your best day to get out there. That's your best day because everybody's splintering. All right, this is Glendon. We're making money with storage unit auctions.